Welcome to America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry. My name is Joe Beauchamp. I'm one of the founding members here. I'm also the chair of the leadership committee. I'm here to help leaders develop strategies. My company is Beauchamp Team Growth Solutions. We help business owners and business leaders to develop their leadership skills, the leadership skills of their team. We know that better leaders get better results, and we provide that leadership strategy, training, and education for business leaders to run their companies better. Hope you can join us at the America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Hello, my name is Eugene Rodriguez, and I am a founding member of America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry. You can join us at avcci.us. Again, my name is Eugene Rodriguez, and I am a business relationship manager, senior acquisition at JP Morgan Chase. I've been helping businesses for over 20 years with banking needs and consulting on any issues they may have and any needs they may have, which can range from accessibility to their accounts, cash management issues, money movement issues, and financing issues. If you ever need any assistance or just want to have a conversation and form a better relationship with your banking institution, that is what my role is created to do. I come out to see you so that you can stay in your business, manage it, and continue your success. With that said, Eugene Rodriguez, JP Morgan Chase, Senior Relationship Business Acquisition Manager. Feel free to reach out to me. Always happy to have a conversation. Thank you, and be well.
Hello, my name is Christian Torres. I am one of the new founding members of the American Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, we're putting together some committees that are shaped specifically to help business owners just like you. And I'm proud to be the new co-chair of the Business Strategy and Innovation Committee, which means every month we're going to be working together to bring you the educational content, the insights, the learnings, and the resources to help you figure out what's next, what's on the horizon. There are so many shifts in the marketplace right now and disruptions going on every single day. My background is actually in decision intelligence, which means that I help companies make high stakes decisions using data, AI, and decision-making frameworks. And I do that all through my company, Stark Analytics. So I am really, really excited to bring that expertise and knowledge to the Committee for Business Strategy and Innovation and help business owners just like you get the tactical advantage that they need to succeed.
Welcome to the American Business Podcast. I'm Kevin Devecioglu, your host. I'm welcoming you episode 182. We are in Season 6 in the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. Today is number 100 and 115,000. The U.S. economy added 115,000 non-farm payroll jobs in April 2026. Quote of the day. As you know, we have a great partnership with Mission Statements.com, and here's the quote of the day. You absolutely need habits to function. You cannot solve every problem in life as if it is the first time it is thrown at you. Okay, well, I have a great guest in the American Business Podcast. Let's invite our guest to our virtual stage and let's get the conversation started. Hello, Greg. Welcome to the American Business Podcast.
Hey, Kevin. Really appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being with us. How are you? How is your week going so far?
It's all good, yeah. So early morning here for me in Sydney, Australia. But yeah, the week's going well. I think I'm ahead of you. So I'm into Thursday at the moment.
Yes, this is great. Well, even though we are the American Business Podcast, we always welcome international experts and business leaders like yourself. And I'm glad you joined us from Australia, from Sydney. And I'm looking forward to this conversation. We have had actually a guest before from Australia. There was also a great conversation we had with us in the American Business Podcast. So if that's okay, let's get started.
Sounds fantastic. Let me just caveat, Kevin, that I am actually a Brit. I'm a true UK Brit at heart, but I live in Australia now. So just want to get that in. Just so
all
I
right,
can
let's put it
represent
out
Britain as
there.
well.
Let's put it out there. Yes, absolutely. That's great. Thank you so much for letting us know. And this is great. I mean, these are very important conversations we love to know, we love to have in the American Business Podcast, where we are from, what we do, and the business insights that we're gonna dive deeper today is very inspirational for our audience, our business community in the American Business Podcast. As a start, would you please introduce yourself and your organization to our listeners and to our viewers?
Sure. So my name's Greg Wilkes. My business is called Develop Coaching. So what we do is we coach construction, so contractors, builders, and trades on how to grow their business. So we have a sweet spot. We basically show people how to go from about £1 to £5 million, or in US probably like $1 to $10 million US. And yeah, I've been doing that for about 5 years. Used to be in construction, was a builder back in the UK, and had a huge failure in business. Built a big business up, and then it actually went wrong and was a bit of a disaster. So I've got a big story around that. Ended up writing a book about what went wrong and then how I repaired it and got it right, and that book became a #1 Amazon bestseller. So that's what got me into coaching. I finally worked out how to do it.
Yeah, this is definitely great to know, and we love to get some more insights. I'm also very curious about your career journey. How did you get started? How your career journey has unfolded over the years?
Yeah, so I've been in construction 25 plus years. So had quite a big building company. We were turning over millions of dollars a year. And just expanded way too quick in the construction business and was really patching up a lot of the mistakes that were being made. And that business eventually crumbled after it was actually 14 years in, it crumbled. So that was a real horrible journey. And then I thought, right, I've got to get this right. Started again, got the business going, and hit 7 figures immediately in the first year. And then since then, I've been able to build multiple 7-figure businesses, just applying the right systems and the right structure. So now I teach those systems and structures to other people. But it was a long and painful journey.
What is the secret of your success?
I think you've got to be pretty resilient when you do experience a failure like that. Interestingly enough, when I had the failure, I tied the failure back to my identity, because I'd always felt I was quite successful in business, always done quite well. And then when that failure hit, it was just a disaster, because my whole identity was tied up into being a successful business person, and that was completely wrong. So I had to really analyze myself and my identity and what I wanted in business and in life. What makes you really successful in life? It's not about business at all, is it really? I think it's probably resilience, being able to analyze that, get back up, go again, and learn from your lessons, learn from your mistakes.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the state of your industry. So right now you're in coaching business. You actually share your insights and coach businesses for them to grow their organization. But if you can share some insights with us about your industry, coaching and industry in business, just for our audience to learn about it and just for us to educate ourselves, if that's okay.
Yeah, so I guess I'm spanning two industries because I've obviously got construction. So the industry of construction at the moment is pretty tough. It's very difficult out there, both in the UK and Australia. I think the UK has been in a little bit of a recession for a while now, so that's really struggling. And we have many clients over in the UK. So yeah, that industry is hard going. But I actually am quite positive about the industry going forward, especially with AI taking over. I think construction is actually going to be in a really strong place because you're not going to see jobs displaced so much in the construction industry. So I think that's pretty good. And then the other industry, obviously, I'm in is coaching. And that's a really interesting industry too, because with, again, AI that's leading the way, I guess we really have to ask ourselves is, do people need to pay coaches for advice anymore? When they can go and, ChatGPT the answer. So we're really having to change the way we view the industry. We're really more about live events now because people want to see people and have in-person events. And you really need to strengthen your IP. So, what is it that we're teaching that you're not going to get on ChatGPT? So that's the route we're going. And a lot of people just want to be, handheld and be shown the way to do it rather than just, ask a chatbot a question and answer.
Well, one of the popular subjects in the American Business Podcast, which you just mentioned briefly, is AI. How do you see the impact of AI on business nowadays, based on your experience and observation?
Yeah, absolutely huge. I think you've got a couple of categories in AI. I think you've got some that are burying their heads in the sand and they're not embracing it. And those people and those businesses are going to get left behind very, very quickly. So I think we're going to see some unbelievable changes in the next, 1 to 2 years. It's already changed in the last year or so, but the next couple of years are going to be unbelievable. We can really see now, I think there's different levels of AI. So some people are very much, let me just go and ask a question and get an answer, or let me change this email or write me a social media post. It's very much copy and paste on AI. We're starting to see the move away from that now to more agentic AI that is running end to end. So the ones that start embracing that, where we're actually getting full workflows done, where you can actually say, look at that document, price that project for me, send that email once it's done. We're now seeing full workflows like that being made pretty simple for the average person. And then next, the level up from that is now we're starting to get agents that you can spawn agents and sub-agents in your business. And that feels like another level altogether, where you could literally run a one-person business potentially. So very exciting. I think the space is a really exciting space to be in. So we're very, very heavy into it and expanding rapidly and building a lot of tools out ourselves. So yeah, we're loving it. But I think, don't bury your head in the sand. Get on it and start learning how to do it.
Based on your experience and observation, what are the best marketing practices for the highest ROI nowadays in general?
Yeah, interesting one. So one thing we teach that's very different to others, and I guess I've got to try and apply this to all businesses in general, is that we're big believers in outbound marketing. So rather than waiting for those leads to come into you by, putting a Facebook post out and waiting for someone to contact you, we believe in going after your ideal client. So we do this very specifically in construction, where architects may have projects that they're currently out there bidding for, and you might find them on local authority planning portals and things like that. So it might vary slightly in the US. But we will go after those architects and say, hey, I notice you're doing this project. We think we're a perfect match because we've just done this, this, and this. What do you think? So that works unbelievably well. And, our members are doing amazing by following that strategy. But then I guess you've got to apply that in your industry. So I run other businesses too. I run a healthcare business where we need to find PTs, personal trainers. So we have to do the same thing. We build up lists and then we go after those PTs. We follow them on social media. We comment and like their posts, and then we go after them. And that's really successful too. So I think it can be applied across all general businesses. Look at who your ideal client is and try and think of a way, like, how do I contact this client and pitch to them? Because it's probably a strategy underutilized that's really powerful.
Leadership. How would you define leadership, and what are the great leadership qualities a good leader must have?
I'm David Faverio. I'm a founding member of America's Virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry, other known as AVCCI. I am the chair of the Sustainability Committee. We look to educate people and businesses on how to be more sustainable and how to introduce sustainability into their business to be more efficient in their operations. I'm also the president of Pupfish Sustainability Solutions. Pupfish's data destruction methods are AAA NAID certified through iSigma, which certifies our adherence to the highest security and ethical standards in the data destruction industry. We operate on a zero landfill policy, which means nothing winds up in the landfill. Everything's 100% repurposed or recycled back into the U.S. manufacturing stream. And Pupfish received our certified B Corporation status in 2021, and we are proud to be a force for the local and global good.
Must have.
Yeah. Interesting, this one, because you've obviously got all different types of leaders like Musk and ones like that, some of the best in the world. But then my view of a good leader is someone who lets their team run autonomously, but just gives them a little bit of a vision or a bit of a guideline on how to do it. So one of the dangers of being a leader is you can be very hands-on, very authoritative, micromanage people. I don't think that's a good leader, and I don't think you can scale if you do that. So a real leader will set the task, set the vision, but then let someone have the autonomy to run it the way they think it should be run, and let them thrive in their role. So that's how I think a good leader is. And the other thing I think leaders need to do that they probably don't is commend people more. Sometimes we're really busy and you're in your heads and you've got a million things you're thinking about, and we forget about all the good work that everyone's doing that's underneath us. So commend people and praise them for the good work they're doing.
Have you had any role models, any mentors who help you shape your career journey over the years?
Yeah, two very big role models. The first two that come to mind is Daniel Priestley. He's actually from Australia, but he lives in the UK. So I met him in the UK. He's wrote a number of books. So one of his main teachings actually is that you've got to become a key person of influence in your industry. And that brings out more opportunities for you. So that has made a big difference for me. Becoming an authority in my space has opened a lot of doors. So that's been really interesting. I still apply his strategies today. And the other big influence on me is another coach. So when I got into coaching, I was looking at who is the coach of coaches, and that person is Taki Moore, who lives in Australia. Very, very interesting guy. If you want to learn how to coach and do group coaching and have an impact on more people, he's absolutely fantastic. He's coached people like Alex Hormozy and Dan Martell and ones like that. So he's amazing. I still work with Taki now. So they've had a big impact on me in business.
That's amazing. Key career lesson. If there is one key career lesson that you learned the hard way, what would it be that you can share with us?
Key career lesson. I think probably the biggest career lesson I've learned is if you're going to build a business, you've got to try and build it around your lifestyle and what suits you. So don't accept other people's advice about what success is when you're building a business. Build the business around your life and what works for you and your family. So I think the danger is we can sometimes just chase the numbers and chase the goals. But actually, if it's not aligned to who we want to be, and if you just want to be a great dad and a family man and a provider, you're going to have maybe a different goal to someone who wants to build like a $1 billion business. So I think that would be the key career lesson for me. Build a business that suits your values and your life.
Well, we have a little tradition in the American Business Podcast. I have a question for you coming from our previous guest. I'll ask you that question, and after that, I'll ask you to leave me a question. I'll take that question and ask to our coming guest in the next episode in the American Business Podcast. And the question from our previous guest is, while AI automates business workflows and processes, how to keep the human touch, human feel in business?
Yeah, this is great. And this is really important because I think we are going to lose the human touch and feel. I think if we just want to take it onto like a specific level, if we talk about marketing, there's so many apps out there now that you can create your digital avatar and you can go out there and punch out loads of social media stuff. And I don't think that's wrong in itself. I think that's probably needed. And if you want to do it at scale, you are going to utilize those things. But people buy from people, and they can tell if it's, you know, AI generated or it's not. Maybe we won't in the future, but you can generally tell now. So I would say, you know, if you want to keep human touch and a human feel, actually get online yourself and just be genuine. Get your story out there, get your reels out there, and try and do as much as you can from a marketing perspective as you as a person. I think that's really important. And the other thing too, what I notice is, and this is a great lesson from Taki Moore actually. He sends lots of emails out. He's got tons of content going out there. There's no way he can do that without using AI. So he's definitely using AI to help him write his emails. But what he does is he tells a personal story in that email. So that's the human touch. Although he might have AI writing it, he's obviously dictating into a phone what has happened that day, and he's had a coffee and he's done this and that, and he tells a little bit of a story, and then AI might write the actual email to turn it into a nice business lesson and send it out to people. So I think you can still have human touch and leverage AI at the same time, but you've got to be, you know, quite specific on how you do it.
And what is your question for the next guest?
I think I would love to know, a question I always want to know from everyone is, what's the most expensive lesson you've ever learned in life? And if you had to pay that price again, would you pay it again to learn the same lesson?
I love this question. And I'll make sure to ask to our coming guests in 183rd episode. And please make sure to watch so you can get the answer from our coming guest.
Yeah, fantastic. That's a lot of episodes there, Kevin. That's a good milestone. So yeah, impressed with what you're doing.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yes, thanks to you, our viewers, followers, our supporters, and sponsors all together. We take the American Business Podcast to the next level, and this is really exciting. Okay, well, in this part of the episode, do you have any question that you would like to ask me?
Yeah, I'd love to know from you, Kevin, how are you using AI at the moment to leverage your podcast channel? Because you've obviously expanded this channel rapidly. You know, you've got a lot of viewers on YouTube and whatever else, and you've managed to get great guests on board. So how are you using AI to assist you in doing that? Yes,
that's a great question, actually. So, well, a couple of things that we use, especially for the American Business Podcast. For example, we create a lot of shorts. The shorts are created by AI-powered software system that we have the subscription of. That's one of the ways to utilize it. Also, interestingly, this one is really cool. We also have 6 different language editions in the American Business Podcast. In our very same YouTube channel, we have podcast section, and we have 6 different languages. In addition to English, we have German, French, Hindi, Spanish, Portuguese, Turkish. So 6 different languages, and these are all videos. And there is the lip synchronization that we use an AI-powered software system. So now I can speak 6 languages in the video. This is amazing. You can watch yourself speaking French or German. That's pretty interesting. And that AI-powered system opened the door for us to the international market. This is very exciting. Otherwise, we will be doing duping or other production work that we had to be doing will be really time consuming and more costly, that's for sure. Now with AI, it just takes the video that they say you and I have these recording. I can just take it to the AI powered system, and what languages I like to have for the podcast, and I can just translate it. That's amazing. And the lip synchronization is amazing too. It literally looks like I'm speaking French or German or Hindi or Spanish or Portuguese, for example. There's another way.
That's incredible.
We are utilizing. Yes, I couldn't believe my eyes and ears when I saw it, actually. That's
well, it makes me think, you know, the impact, because obviously I'm in the coaching space, and I think one thing coaches want to do is they want to have a big impact on as many people they can as possible. And I guess my thinking's been a little bit limited because I'm, you know, just sticking to the English speaking market. But now you said that, it just shows you actually you can have an impact on the world. Like AI can actually help you do that as a coach. So that's a fantastic insight. So thanks for that.
Yes, absolutely. I'll share some insights about the software as well after this recording. So that'd be great. I also tried my avatar. Like I like to create my copy in a digital sense, which I wasn't satisfied. So it looks like there's a little bit work, but that's option. I mean, possibly in the future, these AI-powered systems can copy us, the way that we talk and then the way that we communicate. It looks like it's coming. Then we're gonna have to put some probably fine prints. Hey, these content is generated by AI, or this is real human. Possibly, right? We will need to put that out there and make it visible and share it with the audience. Possibly in the future that we'll see. The only thing is for sure. Yes. The only thing is for sure these tools, these software systems are getting better and better and better. So that's pretty impressive.
I agree. Yeah, I think it won't be long before you can't tell who's real and who's not. It's getting very hard as it is.
That's true. Okay, well, what is your career advice for the next generation professionals?
Yeah, so if I'm thinking about construction specifically, I actually think it's an amazing career to get into. I think young ones at the moment must be in a bit of turmoil trying to think of a career path. You've got people that are going into uni and realizing that they're going to finish uni and they're probably not even going to have a valid job opportunity, whatever career path that might be, because of AI's impact, and that's only going to get worse and worse. So I don't think we've even experienced what turmoil is going to come for the next generation. So I think for the next generation, if you did want to get into construction and get a trade, I actually think it's going to become a really sought after category, because I think we're still a long way from a robot being able to, they might be able to do generic 3D printed houses and things like that. But for a robot to actually get under your sink in an awkward position and be able to change a tap or undo a nut, I think we're a long way from that. Maybe, I don't know, I might be wrong, but maybe, 10 years away from that. So I think a career in construction could be fantastic. And if you get really good at your career and become an excellent tradesperson, I think a robot would struggle to match you at the moment. So that'd be my advice for the next generation. Yeah,
absolutely. This is great. Yes, I mean, at this very moment we need construction professionals, we need electricians, we need plumbers. That's for sure. I mean, hands-on professionals who can really take care of the needs and address the issues. That is for sure. And I'm glad that you share that with our viewers and listeners. Okay, for those who like to continue this conversation, what is the best way that they can learn about your company and get in touch with you?
Yeah, sure. Just Google Greg Wilks. I'm pretty much on the front page of Google. So and you can get my book, Building Your Future, which is all about how to grow a 1 to 5 million construction business. So you can find that on Amazon. But yeah, Greg Wilks or Develop Coaching, you can find out a bit more about me. But thanks for that, Kevin.
Before we end it, let's talk about your book. Would you like to tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. So it's
we love books. Yeah, we love books in the American Business Podcast. We love to talk about them, the insights. Before we end, please tell us about it.
I love books too. Yeah. So as I said, Building Your Future, it's called. It's a step-by-step guide on how you grow a 1 to 5 million pound construction company. And really it's a nothing held back story about how I built a big business and then all the mistakes I made that made that business collapse. Because basically I just want people to learn from my mistakes and not have to make them themselves. And the impact that had on me and my family and my kids. And it was just an awful, stressful time. But more importantly, it's what were the lessons out of that I could then turn into a framework to apply again in other businesses. So it's a 7-step framework on how to create a successful business. I applied them directly to my next business. It was a huge success. Since then, I've been able to create multiple 7-figure businesses just applying those principles. So it's an interesting read. It's available on Audible as well if you just like listening. But yeah, I enjoyed writing it, and I didn't realize at the time that there was such a niche in construction where there wasn't that many books out there. And that was one of the reasons I wrote it, because there was nothing out there to help me run my construction business, not specific to construction. So this one is very, very specific.
This is really good to know, and I'm glad you shared the insights with us. As I mentioned, we love talking about books. We love talking about published authors as well. And I also find published authors to be very generous because you take your time, you put this together, and you share your insights and your experience with the business community, and it's very generous. And thank you for that. Thank you for that sharing. Absolutely.
No problem.
Well, Greg, thank you so much for being with us in your busy schedule, and you connected from Australia from different time zone. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your professional insights and professional wisdom with us in the American Business Podcast.
Thanks for having me on, Kevin.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much, and have a great day. To our audience, to our listeners and viewers, thank you very much for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. As I always say, you learn something new in each the American Business Podcast episode. This episode was one of them. I definitely learned something new. And as we discussed earlier, there is always an opportunity for a professional to learn something new and improve. It's part of continuous improvement professionally. Also, what do you think about our conversation? What do you think about the impact of AI on business? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Like, subscribe, share this content with your friends, and we'll truly appreciate your support. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. You can scan this QR code. It'll take you directly to our YouTube channel, and you can subscribe, like, and support us. We'll truly appreciate your support. We'll be right back after a short break. Thank you very much. Would you like to listen to music during your work time? We are here to help. We created ABP Office Music Pod, powered by the American Business Podcast. ABP Office Music Pod is for you, the working professional. You can enjoy jazz, lo-fi, smooth jazz, classic music, and more during your work time. We keep the music positive and energetic. You can go to the YouTube channel of the American Business Podcast, or you can scan this QR code and start listening right away. There is more coming in the American Business Podcast, and this is one of them. Enjoy ABP Office Music Pod during your work time, and thank you very much for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Anywhere Apps by Kirk Consulting, now Cherry Baker. It is time to digitize and automate your business processes. Anywhere Apps designed for small and mid-sized companies as well as enterprise-level companies to help you digitize and automate your business processes. Today, I'd like to talk about one of the Anywhere apps that's very popular in the US. It is called Nonprofit Management Anywhere. If you are a nonprofit and you like to manage your donations, volunteers, fundraising events, your grants, and other documents for compliance and operational purposes, consider Nonprofit Management Anywhere. It is a completely cloud service. You can start using it today with no need for local installation on your server or on your local laptop and computers. It is user-friendly and it's easy to deploy, and you can start using it today. I have the QR code on the screen. You can scan the QR code and you can learn more about Anywhere apps, including Nonprofit Management Anywhere. Well, there is more. If you'd like to talk to me directly about Anywhere apps, you can just send me an email directly, kevin@kirkconsulting.com. Anywhere apps are modern, they are easy to use, they are affordable, practical, and more importantly, that's designed for you to help you digitize and automate your business processes. Scan the QR code or just send me a direct email, kevin@kirkconsulting.com. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Reddit. Do you know the biggest challenge nowadays for American small businesses? That is visibility. That's why we partner with Reddit for Business. There are more than 440 million visitors weekly on Reddit. Furthermore, Reddit is reliable and millions of users are going to Reddit to get the real feedback from real people. It is the number one source for real reviews on products, services, and brands. There is a promotion going on that I'd like you to consider and take advantage of. When you spend $500 on Reddit for advertising, you'll get $500 in advertising credit. True story. I am a Reddit user, and anytime I like to have feedback or review for a product or service, I go to Reddit and I talk to Reddit communities. I get the real feedback and real review from real people and real communities. Scan this QR code and sign up for Reddit advertising. Get the visibility for your company, for your products and services on Reddit with Reddit advertising. Reach people ready to buy your products and services with Reddit advertising. Scan the QR code and sign up today. Thank you for your support. Would you like to start your business podcast? We are here to help. My name is Kevin Devecioglu. I am the founder and host of the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. When we started the American Business Podcast on February 28, 2025, we had only one mission in mind: to promote, support, and uplift American businesses, nonprofits, manufacturers, and the American business community. Within our first 6 months, we managed to pass 100,000 YouTube subscribers, and we received YouTube Silver Award. This is an important award. It shows our dedication to American business and to the American Business Podcast viewers, subscribers, and American Business Podcast community. Now you can have your own branded company podcast within the American Business Podcast Network. You can promote your company, your products, your services, and you'll have instant visibility in front of thousands of the American Business Podcast viewers, subscribers, and followers. You can promote your company, your products and services. You can educate and inspire businesses and individuals. More importantly, you can tell your story, your brand story. How did you get started? What makes you different? And how you are helping your customers and communities. As you know, in the American Business Podcast, I've been talking to more than 100 American businesses. Each business has a story that is inspiring and motivational. I know your business also has a great story which is motivational and inspiring. It is time for you to have your business podcast within the American Business Podcast Network. We help you start your business podcast and we help you grow your business. This is a great opportunity for you to be visible in the marketplace in front of thousands of the American Business Podcast viewers and subscribers. And this is a great opportunity for us to fulfill our mission to promote, support, and uplift American businesses. Please send us an email and let's get the conversation started. It is PAAS@americanpodcast.tv. Business podcasting as a service. Powered by the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. The American Business Podcast is America's fastest growing educational business podcast network in this age of AI. My name is Kevin Devecioglu. I'm the founder and host of the American Business Podcast, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you, working with you, and help you grow your business with your new business podcast. Thank you very much. Support for the show comes from Yelp. You know, I've been talking to more than 100 business owners in the American Business Podcast. Do you know the biggest problem for small businesses nowadays? It is visibility. That is why you should sign up and list your business on Yelp for Business. I have the QR code on the screen, and when you scan the QR code, the form will show up on your screen and you can sign up on the registration form. It comes with free trial with no obligation. Make it easy for your customers to find you. Do you know there are more than 70 million customers visiting Yelp website looking for services from businesses just like yours? Restaurants, home services, professional services, and many other businesses are being searched on Yelp on daily basis. That's a great opportunity. If you list your business on Yelp, you'll be findable, searchable, and you'll be visible. When you are visible, when your customers are able to find you, you're in business. You can get opportunities, you can get leads, you can build a healthy and profitable pipeline. Consider Yelp for Business. Scan the QR code, sign up, and start your free trial. It comes with free trial. Very comfortable, no obligation. List your business and start getting the results and enjoy the benefits of Yelp Business. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Gemini Trust. Gemini makes crypto simple. Find, trade, and buy over 70 different coins, including Bitcoin and Solana, on the best cryptocurrency platform. Gemini Trust. Start trading crypto here. I have the QR code on the screen. You can scan the QR code and start signing up today. Because they have a great customer service, you can reach out to them and get assistance 24/7. Scan the QR code and start trading crypto on Gemini. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Just Answer. Real help from real experts 24/7. Experts such as lawyers, doctors, veterinarians, computer technicians, home improvement experts, mechanics, personal tax experts, computer technicians, and many other experts are available for you 24/7 on Just Answer. You'll get your answers anytime, during the day, during the night, 24/7, and you'll get your answers from reliable sources. You can scan the QR code on the screen and you can sign up for Just Answer. The answers you need at a price that is right. Scan the QR code and sign up for Just Answer today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Otter AI. Otter is the AI note taker that builds your knowledge and powers your workflow with transcription, automated summaries, AI chat, and more. Get your AI-powered assistant for meeting notes, tasks, and more. Scan the QR code on the screen and sign up today. Otter AI is the latest note taker that you can utilize, and you can set your meetings, you can take your notes, and you can also set up your follow-up actions automatically with the help of the Otter AI. Scan the QR code and sign up today. Thank you for your support. Support for the American Business Podcast comes from Invicta. Invicta is known for its stylish watches, both for men and women. Invicta is offering unisex watches as well. I have a confession. I am an Invicta fan and I've been using Invicta watches for many years. This one is 57mm Invicta watch, automatic. Because it's black color, it goes well with my business outfit. And because it's automatic, I don't need batteries for my watch. It gets the energy by me just moving the watch from my wrist. So it creates energy and it can go pretty much non-stop. I have the QR code on the screen, and when you scan the QR code, you'll be able to see the Invicta watch collection. And you can pick the one that you like based on the color, style, and technology. Please scan the QR code, start shopping today, and join me using Invicta. I'm sure you'll like it. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for being with me in the American Business Podcast. If you'd like to be a guest in the American Business Podcast, please send us an email, guestbooking@americanpodcast.tv. If you'd like to sponsor ABP, if you'd like to advertise, in our podcast episodes, please send us an email. Grow your business at americanpodcast.tv. You can advertise your company, your products, your services, and your brands in the American Business Podcast. Please send us an email. Grow your business at americanpodcast.tv. You can also visit our website, americanpodcast.tv, to learn more about the American Business Podcast as well as our coming streaming schedule. Now you can have your branded company podcast within the American Business Podcast network. We call it Business Podcasting as a Service, PaaS. If you're interested in starting your business podcast in the American Business Podcast Network, please send us an email, paas@americanpodcast.tv. As part of our international expansion, we started international podcast editions. When you scan this QR code, it'll take you to our YouTube page. And please go to the podcast section in our YouTube page and you'll see our international podcast editions. They are ABP Espanol, ABP German, ABP French, ABP Hindi, ABP Portuguese, and ABP Turk, that you can listen to American Business Podcast in 6 different foreign languages. Okay, well, we are in the process of increasing our presence in social media. If you're on LinkedIn, please scan this QR code and subscribe, follow us on LinkedIn. If you're on TikTok, please scan this QR code. It'll take you to our TikTok page. Please subscribe. Please follow us. If you are on Instagram, please scan this QR code. It'll take you to our Instagram page and please subscribe. If you are on Facebook, we'll also appreciate your help and support. Please scan this QR code. It'll take you to our Facebook page and please follow us. And finally, we are on IMDb, next to other reputable media productions. Please scan this QR code, go to our IMDb page, and please rate us on IMDb. We'll truly appreciate your help and support. I'd like to thank you for your help. Thank you for your support. I'm looking forward to seeing you in coming the American Business Podcast episodes. The American Business Podcast is the voice of American business. The American Business Podcast, America's fastest growing educational business podcast network in this age of AI. Thank you very much for your help and looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.